You are listening to the Fits and Healthy podcast. I am your host, Dr. Lauren Fitzgerald, also known as Lauren Fitz. I'm a medical doctor, a fitness instructor, an entrepreneur, a health and fitness coach, but most importantly, I am a lover of life. And here on the Fits and Healthy podcast, I intend to give you a ton of great information and knowledge that will serve as potential power so that you can live a life by design and make it more fits and healthy. And don't forget to listen to the disclaimer at the end. I'm not your doctor, yo. All right, enjoy the episode. Much love. Ciao. Hello and welcome to the Fits and Healthy podcast. I am your host, Dr. Lauren Fitz, and I'm joined by really, really special guests today.
I'm not slow.
If you guys have followed me for any amount of time in the dance fitness world, you know who these guys that are sitting next to me are. But for those people that are listening that are not dance fitness members, I tell you, you need to stick around and listen to this interview because these guys are so much more than dance fitness. So it is my honor to introduce two very close friends of mine, colleagues, and people that I respect immensely, the Brutes, Andrew Dance Fever Jones and Rucky McKinley.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, most of you don't know that we're actually from London, and we've been working on our American accents for so long.
It's very true, actually.
Specifically Los Angeles, I also like to dabble with Southern accents.
He does do a little bit of Southern. It's kind of hard to understand sometimes, so sometimes you have to listen very, very closely. But so, actually, these are our real voices.
People always assume that we're from Los Angeles because these are
So let them hear your Los Angeles accent.
Let me try real quick.
All right, just try. Focus.
Yo, what up?
Wow, that's amazing. That's pretty good right there.
You see exactly how I did that.
You want to hear mine?
Just try it for people, please.
West Side? How was that? Was that
oh, man.
Sounded very Orange County.
Orange County?
Yeah, he's right on. He's trying to.
Yeah. I'm trying to, that half black, half white. Black man?
Yes, we are highly honored to be here with Lauren Fitz from Club Fitz. It's only one. Just
So you guys, you realize that this is a side that most people have no idea the Brutes have. When people look at Brutes, they see these big, buff black dudes that are amazing dancers. Most people are intimidated by them, and most people.
Can we stop right there?
Yeah, of course.
I want to understand this word intimidation. Because we hold our heads with confidence. We say hello to everyone. We wave at everyone.
This is true. This is true. So let me start by answering that question. So a couple of days ago, I got a screenshot from my friend Rucky, on Facebook where it says, hey, you've been friends for this long. So it was a picture of the two of us 3 years ago when we met in Orlando, Florida. 3 years ago, we met at ZenCon. And let me just tell you the story because it's kind of funny. He didn't remember it, but I remembered it quite well. So this was at a point in my life where I was, how do we go there? I was at the end of my marriage. And I was definitely aware of attractive men. Okay.
I don't like
now.
I don't like
No, it's a happy ending. It's a happy ending. They didn't break me up. Okay, just so you know. But I had seen them literally 8 months before dancing on stage at a huge dance fitness convention, right? And I'm like, oh my goodness, along with every other female in the crowd, right? Come to find out, that was in LA.
Oh my God.
I know. That was January. That was right before. I didn't meet you guys then.
Oh, but you just,
yes.
Looked at us on stage.
I did. And so when I found out that these guys were some of the best dance fitness instructors at this particular convention that I went to, I'm like, I'm going to take their class. So signed up for their class, had a master class the night before this thing started. And I was walking through the hotel lobby and I see them. And you guys, I don't get intimidated very often.
Oh, Lord. Here we go.
I know. But I saw him and I'm like, oh God, look cool. Just keep walking. Just be normal. And of course, I had no clue that they knew who I was. So I'm just going to walk by and play it cool, right? And then I couldn't do that because Rucky was like, oh, you're just going to walk by and not say anything. And I'm
try
like,
to act off. What stank dang like you all love head. See, because I'm from the East Coast. People don't play me like that. You gonna say,
oh my gosh. It was,
you feel me?
it was,
She don't know what I'm talking about. But you feel.
No, I tend to do that. So, yeah, I definitely called her out. I'm not gonna lie, I did. We saw her. I recognized her. I was like, hey, she just, you really ain't gonna say nothing? That's what you gonna do? Say, yo, what up?
Try to play it cool.
And
and secretly I was like, oh my God, they know who I am. Oh my God. But I played it cool. I didn't act that way, but inside I was like, oh my God. So
she had a little sweat bead.
just a little.
Looked like an ice cube.
Just a little.
Sunny day.
So I stopped in the main lobby of this hotel where there's a ton of people for this huge convention and start to talk to him. And then I realized that, there's a little bit more to these guys than meets the eye. And maybe they're not so intimidating. Maybe they're actually just good guys. And maybe my first impression of them was totally wrong because, as I know that you guys heard, oftentimes people look at you guys and think,
Are you serious?
I'm
You
serious.
made most people are not around Minival. Saw is no color. So we're different. So it has to be a negative connotation. Only in America that does not happen in London.
It does not.
We're overseas.
Are y'all
Let's
gonna do the whole interview in your English accent? I'm just
Yeah,
curious.
this is not my accent. This is how I bloody talk. You want me to go get Harry Potter and tell him
What
to
is
do
wrong
his
with you?
spell on you?
Okay, so I think that they probably, I wonder if our English fans are going to tell us that it's a terrible accent. But to my ear, it sounds really good.
Canada, we can.
And I'm wondering if it's because they have done so many freaking masterclasses all over the world, including the UK, that they're used to hearing all of these different accents. So let's talk about that. So first things first, I want you guys to tell your story because the very next day when we went to lunch with you guys,
We did have.
They paid for it. They got me a chicken sandwich and French fries.
it was a business write-off. It's all good.
I paid for them next day because I'm a gentleman.
No.
How dare you?
So
My future wife may be listening. I'm a gentleman.
but this is where I got to hear the story that so many people have no clue. So
Hey,
first
got
things
him.
first, everyone asked, are you guys brothers?
We're brothers. We're happy and we're singing and we're colored. Do. Give me a hand. No. We are brothers, and I get so offended when people are like, "For real? Really? I don't ask you if you and your brother look alike."
It is really.
They
Okay.
literally ask us like I'm like, "No, you can't be.
Oh,
You can't be brothers."
when I talked to you guys, you corrected me because I said Brutes Brothers, and you were like, it's not Brutes Brothers, it's Brutes.
No, because we didn't use.
Did y'all get that?
The Brutes is an actual company. Not,
Correct.
I'm the Brutes brothers.
Okay, so
Oh,
we've
that's funny.
established that you guys are not biological brothers, but
First of all, let me stop you right
Okay.
there, man. I'm going to
Okay.
have to dive into my sociological perspective on the situation.
all right.
Family is not blood, but duty. So we are brothers. This man
Oh, he started.
Oh, goodness.
has done more for me, has supported me more than anybody I have ever met in my life. So he is my brother. Do not ask, do not question. If I'm hungry, he will feed me. If I'm naked, I ain't there. But he will send me some clothes. If I need encouragement, he's there for me. So this is my brother. Don't ask me, because I don't ask you about your husband, your brother, your cousin. Is that your real husband? It don't look like it.
The people that download the podcast are going to be like, oh, I got to watch this live.
I'm keeping it 1,000.
So tell the audience how you guys met.
How deep back do you want to go?
I'll-
How far? You want to go far back?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't want to go far back.
Yeah.
You want your side?
I'm
You want my
going in.
side?
Let me go in first.
You go in first? All right, he gonna go first. and I'm gonna go second.
2006.
How dare you?
2006, after becoming the top freestyle dancer in my city, after defeating all opponents and attaining all components. I was chasing my dream, and it led me to Los Angeles, California.
Because he's originally from Bakersfield.
Hey, don't be throwing it out there like that. Killer Carn County. Say it all hard.
Okay.
Bakersfield. No, Killer Carn County. I'm from Killer Carn County.
Yeah.
So I traded in my 78 Cutlass to Auto Shopper, and I got a car loan for a red Hyundai Accent with a 25% interest rate on the car loan. Okay. And I took that little hot tamale and drove up to Los Angeles. I saw a gentleman with size 44 pants on, because these are crump hip hop pants.
Okay.
He had a nice belt buckle. He had the arms for it. He was on swole low key, right? And I saw him, and I got his MySpace at the top.
Of course.
And I wrote him a message. My name is Dance Fever. I'm from Bakersfield, California, and I want to battle at your event. And you can go ahead and keep telling the story because you disrespected me after that. Matter of fact, we ain't brothers no more. The disrespect? No, we still brothers.
So what happened is me and my family, we were into this major dance movement at the time called Krump, okay? Popping, Krump, people came from all over the world. We had people from France, Germany, China, Australia, all over Southern California that would come out to this event we threw every 90 days or so, 60 days.
Every 60, 2
so
months.
I was the host along with my parents, my mom and dad, who we threw this huge event, right? I used to put it together, okay, as far as the battles that would happen, right? So one day, as he states, I opened up my MySpace. My MySpace was cracking, by the way.
Yeah, so cracking, you didn't write your boy back.
I see this long message from some dude in some weird hat with a beard, real, and I'm like, oh, what the heck is this? And I just went on to the next.
Did you hear the disrespect?
Right? That's what I did. No, I'm not gonna lie. That's what I did. Back in 2006.
Tell the story.
I'm Big Ruckus. I was popping too. He took over his city. I did a little something with my crump career as well. We'll get into that later.
Of course.
So, ignore the message number one. We go to the actual event. I'm calling out names for the sheets for the event. This guy walks up to me, right? He's like, hey, what's up, man? I'm Dance Fever. I wrote you on MySpace. I was like, oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. You trying to dance? And
then the dedication to my dream. He didn't write me back, and I still drove.
Yep, he still came. He came. So the next event, I didn't let him dance at that event, right? The next event came. Somebody didn't show up for their battle. So I was like, dang, I need somebody to dance. All right. Said, hey, what about that Dance Fever dude? Right?
All right.
So at the time, we had a huge crew. We had all these tight people and whatnot. I was like, I'm going to set him up against somebody super tight and watch him get beat bad, right? Just for writing me on MySpace and coming up with himself.
Hey.
So what I was not expecting is what happened when he hit the stage, right? He gets up there, he's going against somebody from my crew who's tight at the time.
Yeah.
And he gets up there, and in Fever fashion, kills it. He shocked me, shocked the crowd. He had his own style, very unique. I was like, this guy looks like
the big man's in the back of the big man.
He looks like he's somebody that I want to, have in our crew. He got some skills for sure. So that's basically how we met. Yeah. Got his number, wrote him back on MySpace. He went back out to Bakersfield, and then I basically invited him to come down and practice with us, join us. I kind of.
And then being a non.
Hold on, let me say.
Okay.
Let him come down, train with us and whatnot. I was like, yeah, let me see how this guy is. He came down every weekend and just came down, practiced, worked hard. And it grew from just dancing to I started realizing this guy's actually a good man, just in general, literally. Good man, was funny. My family loved him. I loved him. The crew loved him. But it wasn't just the dance. It was his whole aura. It was everything about him.
Yeah, his energy.
Yeah, everything. So then he told me a little bit of story. We got to know each other. I drove out to Bakersfield a few times, drove out to Fresno. And eventually, I was like, I feel like we are supposed to be best friends.
Yeah.
And over the years, it basically went from hundreds in a dance crew to me and him.
Yeah.
And through that, we went through ups, downs, new avenues, everything. I'm talking about, we're going to get into it,
Right.
which is what you're looking at now. And this is the one man, like he said, is here for everything. Same for me. He's here thick, thin, good, bad, ups, downs, highs, and lows.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's a brother. Of course, I have blood brother, I love very much. J.O., what up, baby?
What up, J.O.? Do the test.
Blood
hey.
sister, Brittany, who's doing her thing in law school, by the way.
Yep.
Big ups to you. And my mom and dad, but this guy is
He's family. So explain to them real fast, because I think it's important for them to understand the events that you and your parents put on. What? Go ahead.
I'll explain from the outside perspective.
Okay.
This event was for all the urban youth in California and the world, in which they brought the youth together that love to dance and let us battle, let us session, and then gave a motivational, life-changing word. So that's what drew me to the event, the opportunity not only to dance, but to be properly motivated and inspired by a team that was doing something with great impact.
Yeah, and like I told you, I discovered that form of street dance back in. It had always been in the clubs, but you didn't really know what it was.
Right.
There was all these different styles. You already know street dancing is always evolving, always changing, always going. Right. And so we love dancing. We go in the clubs, we'd be in there killing.
Yeah.
And so, basically our life, you've seen You Got Served, Step Up, all that stuff. We actually lived that.
Yes.
Whereas most people get the corny bubblegum version of it.
Yes.
My parents, they lived it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So literally, I was dancing out in the streets one night, literally in the streets of Santa Ana, California.
Yeah.
And we'd be out there, crowds of people till 2 a.m. My parents came out one night and were like, "What is my son doing? Is he really out there dancing in the street?" I was like, yeah, he is. And my dad said, in that moment, he saw an opportunity to, if we can get all these kids into one building, a safe environment, give them a place to dance, basically be inspired, showcase their skill. Like I said, in a safe environment, because sometimes in those streets it's not safe.
Exactly.
Literally, we can go into some stories about that, but we both have guns pulled on us multiple times in the street dancing.
Straight up.
And literally, it grew from my parents' vision, along with us hosting and getting all these people together, to one of the biggest events of its time during that period, which is where.
Two, all being stated, the fact that me and him had this bigger mission, it got me to come and be inspired. Yeah. So that event alone brought us together for the destiny that we're now fulfilling.
So why don't you use this opportunity to tell them a little bit more about your background?
Man. All right. As a warning, I can tell this story without getting emotional because I've had to tell it about 500 times. If you didn't know, I am a rehabilitative addiction specialist. I work for the state of California and Kern County Mental Health. So I would tell my story to all the incoming inmates for the ICDTP program, which was 150 days recovery program. I specialize in drug, alcohol, food, any type of addiction. Okay. So my story, born in 1985, I've heard that I was born premature. My mother was, I'm going to say, a victim of the drug epidemic of the 80s. So immediately my grandma came and got me and my older brother. She watched us for about 5 years until she was diagnosed with cancer. We were part of the social services system. We went between two aunties until one auntie moved out of town. And me and my brother stayed with my auntie Lily and my uncle Larry. I love y'all. For about 3 years till my mother got off drugs long enough to get 4 of her 5 children back. And at that time, I thought that the roller coaster was over. No. Addiction is lifelong. Addiction has eternal consequences, which looking at it from a experiential and educational standpoint, the addiction never died. So you're talking about mental abuse, emotional abuse, physical abuse, in addition to the prevention of opportunity. To elaborate on that, just simple things like wanting to be a basketball player. Because of the mental state, I was not allowed to thrive. I was not allowed to go to practice. I was not allowed to go to the park and just do my skill and try to actually succeed. So at 18, I literally enrolled at Cal State University, Bakersfield the weekend before, passed the placement test, got in, had to fabricate and emancipate myself. In that emancipation meaning, I had to go to the school, get sheriff's documents so that they would let me be my parent, right? Because I couldn't get my financial aid paperwork signed properly. My opportunities were prevented. Then I found myself homeless in 2004 while trying to go to school. It was just crazy. Moved back to the hood, just crazy. And at that time, one of my best friends in high school took me to a club and walked in there, and I messed around and walked into the middle of a dance circle, apparently, and 6 guys just you got served me. And I was just standing there huh? And I did not even realize what was happening. And at that moment, I found my purpose and passion. I said, I will never, as an adult, feel the way I felt as a teenager nor a kid. I will never let anybody bring me down nor beat me. And that's where Dance Fever was born, in the clubs of Bakersfield, California. I literally battled everybody in the city over and over and over and over again until they gave up and disappeared.
So you essentially lived a life that most people only see on TV.
Yeah, it's real life. You're talking about poverty. You're talking about a lack of everything. Literally, you're talking about living off welfare, Social Security, probably about $1,200 a month. 5 kids in the house, low food, no
you saw
opportunity.
People get killed on a regular basis.
Oh yeah, you saw. You knew cousins that got killed. You saw drugs. You saw violence. You saw animal abuse. Just some incredible things that most don't survive.
And so dance came along and
literally, I hear a lot of people say, dance, fitness, or dance. We talking about literally the passion, the battle of it saved my life. Building myself saved my life. Building myself as a dancer and always dancing saved my life. So that's why you may feel this power and say and call it intimidation. All you feel is the power. All you feel is the power that we are here to stand over any opposition, right? So maybe if you're intimidated, I don't know.
So fast forward to when the two of you are doing your thing, and you obviously are killing it in every single battle that you go to, every single event. And so then we have, at what point was professional baseball?
Well, that's where, in order to fast forward to what you're saying, you got to hear a little bit of where my side came.
Yeah.
So,
hit him.
I'm a hit him. Woo! Man, every time I hear that, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. Proud of you, big dog. Proud of you, baby.
Come on, man.
But my story, no, it's not like that at all.
But it's still a story.
It's not like that at all. I cannot say that I can relate. I've been blessed enough to not have to experience any of those hardships that he had to go through. But my family, my parents did.
Yep.
They sacrificed everything to get me, my little brother, and my little sister out of that and bring us into somewhere where we can thrive and have the best opportunities in our life to be successful.
Absolutely.
So it's actually, when you think about that, it's pretty crazy that me and him actually clicked the way we do. Because it literally is two complete opposite upbringings that led us to the same vision and mentality today. Which is what this
gives me chills.
The roots.
Of
success, positivity, motivation, inspiration, wanting to see everyone be their best.
Right.
How is that possible with the two backgrounds completely opposite that we have? The yin and yang, the black and white. I'm an OC, so I guess I'm the white side of that. The power of two, the fire and ice, it's crazy. So long story short, my parents, they literally danced themselves from the streets of Venice Beach to the stages of Hollywood. Okay. They were on commercials, celebrities, they were doing their thing in Hollywood. So they were the R&R Express, look them up. They were popping. Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. You didn't know that?
No,
Oh, yeah,
I knew that they
gotta show you.
danced,
No,
but
I gotta show you some
I've
footage. You know,
met them
like,
before.
what?
They're cool people, of
Where
course.
you think I get it from?
Yeah.
We don't want to practice with my dad though. He's tough. I can. Dad'll still eat me today.
Really?
Oh yeah. Stop. Anyway, that's next time. We're gonna battle after this later. So man, they danced from the streets of Venice Beach all the way to Hollywood commercials. They were driving on the bus 6 hours a day, dancing at the beach, collecting change. One day, agent sees them, drops his card in their hat, and they started getting booked for things.
Mm-hmm.
As they were at one of the pinnacles of their career, they were going to do a show in Vegas, actually, the couple.
Okay.
And mom found out they were pregnant with me. At that time, they made a decision to run with me, and they actually got saved at the time.
Okay.
Christianity.
Okay.
My dad became a pastor, prophet, and they literally did not stop dancing. They just switched partners. So they went around churches, Inspiration Youth. They had a rap group. They danced. I grew up in that. Okay.
Okay.
So I've always been for inspiring, motivation, pushing,
Right.
going,
That's all
positivity,
you've seen.
cleanliness, all that. But through that, I was protected from the outside because, like I
Right.
said, I was still born in LA. I was born in Inglewood, Cedar-Sinai Hospital. Grew up in that a little bit, lived in Lancaster for 2 years, and then I found myself, Kerplunk, Orange County, about fifth grade, somewhere around there. And
You moved here in 6th grade.
yeah.
Oh,
and just so you
what a
guys all
terrible
know,
time.
yeah, there was about 5 of us out here. When I say us, I mean people of color.
Black folks.
Yeah.
We were so
They know. They see what's going on in the world. What are they talking about? 5 of them.
Orange County. Yeah.
So
It's-
back then, even my struggles were different.
Yeah.
You know, I had to learn how to be myself, find out who I am, what I love,
Right.
because it was just a different type of hardship.
Right.
Loved sports, loved dancing, loved it. Loved music, loved entertainment because I grew up in it.
Right.
So it's something that felt like it came natural. Anyway, fast forward in time. I'm playing baseball, love baseball. I'm gonna possibly try to go pro, whatever.
Right.
Doing my thing, and I met crump dancing in high school.
Somebody asked me that too.
Of course. So I met crump dancing, right? Then I did that for a couple years.
Okay.
That's when I met him. Okay.
Okay.
I decided to go back to baseball because I walked away from it for a second.
Okay.
Okay.
How old were you at this time?
I walked away from baseball at about 20 years old.
Okay. So prime.
Prime years.
Okay.
Prime years. I made a couple of choices and I wasn't where I wanted to be.
Okay.
And so I decided, you know what? Let me go and chase this dream with this dancing because, you know, I love dancing baseball the same.
Right.
You know, let me try it. That's, you know, started dancing in the streets, blah, blah, blah. Had the event. It's huge. Met him. We're running. We're literally touring. We got to take our crump crew to Australia. That was actually the first time.
New Zealand.
First time he was ever actually even on a plane
Yeah.
was when we went to Australia the first time.
20-hour flight. It's crazy.
Yep. And so we did that. And then one day I was like, you know what, man? I'm not going to lie. I miss baseball. I was like, and before, like I said, we've always been driven to give our best and give it our all.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? I will regret if I never try it again.
Of course.
You know, so I tried it again, got back into it, walked on at Long Beach State, which
Okay.
is D1
Did you
University.
hear what he just said? He walked on at Long Beach State, meaning that Long Beach State, and I watched this happen. Long Beach State houses many people who go pro. So he walked on, meaning they didn't know who he was. He went out there,
That's
showed them
impressive.
Yeah, after a 4 or 5 year hiatus too.
that. Yeah, literally.
Wow.
Literally.
So I
just
worked
incredible.
my tail off in that. Got to do that. Tried my baseball thing. I was this close to getting signed with the Minnesota Twins. Right?
Okay.
I got in a car accident. I got rear-ended while sitting at a stoplight and kind of messed up my hand, messed up my neck, messed up my neck.
Yeah.
I was never able to swing the same again. So at that point in time, through this, we've been together, been all this. He got buff.
Hey.
He ain't always looked
People
like
don't
this.
know.
He
Hey,
ain't always
Nah.
looked
look,
like
hey,
this.
make sure you go to the Facebook, like the Facebook and all that, because we're about to After this, we're going to start showing you a little bit more. But yeah, I'm actually like 160 pounds. I'm 203 right now.
I'm actually a fat dude trying to stay fit. We're completely opposite in every way, shape, or form. He's tall, I'm short. I mean, it's all the same. So anyway, literally, excuse me. At that point in time, I had to make a hard decision in my life.
Okay.
I was like, you know what? I can't play anymore. I was this close, but I can't play anymore. Called this dude, told my parents. I was like, bro, I got to hang it up. I was heartbroken. Because for me, going deeper, I felt like I failed my family. You know what I mean? Because
you're the oldest.
Because I'm the eldest, I got to set an example for my little brother and sister.
Yep.
My parents sacrificed so much to get me here. I feel like, man, did I just waste my opportunity? You know, and it's tough to come back from something like that. That's why I say the struggles are different. Yeah. But struggle is struggle, pain is pain. We all feel it.
Absolutely.
You know, but it's about what you do with that and your bounce back protocol.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So we said, you know what? We love dancing. We love fitness. We love athletics. We love positivity, motivation and inspiration. What can we do with this? Because I'm not going back to a normal job. I'm not sitting behind the desk yet. I'm not. We have too much in us.
Too much.
We have a destiny. People follow us. People look up to us. You know what?
Yeah.
What
we trend set. Every movement that we're a part of. Years later, people do what we were doing. Yeah. You know, that's our destiny.
So one day.
You ready for the story?
I have to tell it. I got to tell it.
Come on. All right, wait. All Zen members that was asking us all these questions, this is your time to tune in. Yeah. If you're a Zen member watching, share it because I was asked so many questions and confused. CONFRUSED.
That's
confused.
Above confused. Confused is down here. Confused.
I was generally confused.
He was confused, y'all.
Confused.
Okay.
All right, so 2012. Talk to him.
Talk to him. So
should I do it? Because I don't have to call you.
Yeah, but that's why it's funny because I got a call.
All right.
But
so check it. So I mean, when you ask what the roots are, it would be crazy to say that any one person invented the concept of dance fitness, because that is a lie. I was working out and working on my moves at the same time. I hit a set, gaga, 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 hit a set, gaga, gaga, right? And I would see this line come in there at the gym. I'd be like, what is this? I would look in there every day. It'd be a lot of older women. I'd be like, I don't know what they're doing, but there's a big line. This looks whack. It did. Yeah. No disrespect. Yeah, no. It did. And,
you were in your mid-20s and...
Yeah, and I literally, one day, I picked up the phone. Bling. And I was like...
What up? What up?
What up, kid?
Hey, what up, dog? You know, I'm at the gym working out right now.
Oh, for real? What you doing?
Oh, you know, a little bit of chest.
Little chest?
Gotta get my chest meat up, you feel me? Hey.
Yeah.
I'm doing both ways.
Hey, but there's this class I see, dog. I don't know what this thing is, but we would kill this, man.
Yeah, that's
for real?
it.
What is it?
We'd kill that thing, yeah. No, literally, straight up. That was the conversation. We said we would kill this. Okay?
We literally said collectively. He said collectively with our skills. Everything.
Yeah, we'll kill it.
He was like, man, I love working out, your fitness, athletics, or dance. He's like, I don't know what this is. We should look it up and see what we can do with it.
Right.
And the only goal at that time, I was like, I'm just going to be the top instructor in my city. I'm going to have a packed out class. That's the only goal. So we went ahead and looked it up. Yeah, that's Uncle Kyron. In 2012, September 2012, we became Zen members. I wasn't even teaching. I went and made it on to So You Think You Can Dance season 10. Ruck was teaching out in Orange County.
Sheriffs.
That's coming later.
Oh, okay.
We went to the ZenCon 2013 when you first saw us on stage. And then in July 2013, I entered the Sheriff's Academy. We got back from the ZenCon in Florida. I had to cut my beard in the car. I still had a mohawk.
Got him.
I didn't have none of the gear.
Clutch. Got him.
I had none of the gear. So I walk up to the gate at the Sheriff's Academy with black Under Armour on, and they thought I was a trainer. And you know, if y'all know what CPT time is, that means that we barely get there on time. Like, if it start at 7, I'm there 6:59, 56, 57, 50. Hey, right? And man, I'm talking about I went from dancing on stage, freestyling anyway, in front of about 4,000 people to being in the mud. But in 2013, let me tell y'all, when we first went to the LA ZenCon, we were doing what we do. Okay, we were dancing. They were like, "Who are these buff black dudes dancing? They're killing it." Everybody at the convention was watching us and not the stage. So naturally, they put us on the stage. At that time, we didn't know who Beto was from Pedro to Al Gueto. We didn't know who anybody was, right? And they're just watching us dance on stage. He comes on stage and dances too. Like you saw a look in his eyes of power and fire, because that's what we brought. They gave us a card. They're like, yo, we're going to email you. They emailed us, flew us out to Florida. And what did we do? We walked in there and said the same thing.
Yep. No, go ahead. I'll come in.
We walked in there. We walked into Alberto Perlman's office and told him the same thing that we told each other. We will kill this. Let me see. We show him some of our heavy hip hop moves, some of our crump moves with the fitness. Eyes opened up, blah. You know how you see the cartoons? It was like, oh, this would be awesome, right? And we asked them a question because we believed in ourselves. We asked them, could they trademark a specific name for us to be included into the corporation officially, right? They said no. Don't ask me. This ain't rumors. We got the documentation. We got the voices on yeah. We got it all. This is not opinion. Okay? They said no.
Facts.
So we went back looking sad, like some little busters. And what did we say? We was like, well, let's just call ourselves the Brutes. And that's where the magic began. Okay?
Because it's the same moment I had when baseball ended, the same moment I had when Crump stopped doing the event, same moment he had to make his decision to say, life is trying to hit me with a no right now.
Yeah.
What am I about to do with it?
And most people in that moment
quit.
Or
they
let it break them down.
Right. They quit or allow themselves to be manipulated.
Be a victim of
right.
circumstances.
And for us, we just said we were told no by the home office. Yes, it's true. And we said we're going to continue to go because that's what this life is about. We're going to continue to, okay, cool. Here we go.
And so that was 2013.
2013.
Brutes were born.
Brutes were born 2013. That official business name was born.
And then that is when the tidal waves started.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I rook it. Okay.
Oh, you can.
Tiger. Look, so I graduate the Sheriff's Academy, right? You got a job. They telling you you're going to go work here, Jones. I look at my sergeant in the eyes and I say no. He looks at me, Jones, are you serious? Because you know how sergeants talk like that.
Of course.
I remember this call. He called me because he had to make a choice.
I'm talking about a choice. It was either
he's about to go full-fledged sheriff or take the opportunity to see what we can do together with our story, our background, our skills, and say, do we believe enough in ourselves to make something out of this?
And I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. I mean, it was so terrifying because I'm literally like, you about to walk away from a secure for sure position. Mm-hmm. You're about to walk away from secure for sure money and status because I'm a thriver. You know, I mean, I had the top physical performance.
Sir, we left out an important fact.
Oh, here we go.
During all this time, both of us actually did graduate from both of our college universities. Just throwing that out there too.
Tossing it out.
Graduates. So
yes,
we're not flunks or flakes.
Right. We do have our bachelor's degrees and all that.
So yeah.
But yeah, so you know, you sit there. You literally sitting there thinking, what are we gonna do? So I leave. We got to do this. So guess what? You want to know when the tsunami, the Brute tsunami happened? Looking back in hindsight, it happened when our first international tour was 14 countries. 16 classes in 19 days.
Did y'all hear that? Did you hear that? Yeah.
14 countries, 16 classes in 19 days. By class 8, we were both ill and sick.
Oh, it was bad.
Right? Ooh. But that's what happened. If you're trying to figure out where did the Brutes come from, that was our first tour. There is
wasn't-
nobody else in the market
No.
who has done that.
Yeah, and it wasn't because, oh, whatever you want to say, these two hot guys, whatever.
Right.
What I loved hearing when we tour a lot and when we do our classes is everybody's like, man, they're shocked. But it's not even at like what you thought you were expecting. It's the actual class itself, right? So they were thinking, oh, it's just two big buff guys. They come and take off their shirt and everybody goes crazy.
Yeah, man.
And then they realized,
I mean, I'll be honest. I just really wanted to come watch y'all dance, to be real. And then I took the class. I'm like, oh, hell yeah. This is my kind of class.
So we actually found a little niche with how we presented what we do, adding our background skills to it.
Right.
Everything from literally what he learned at boot camp to our physical training to baseball to pop to hip hop to popping, our song selection,
Your performance.
Our ability
performance,
to
entertaining, and then we did our speeches at the end.
right.
And that's what people really were shocked when they heard us speak, because it was like, okay, I had this completely wrong perception of the
Absolutely.
boat, and you just completely rocked my world. And we're like, thank you. I'm glad. Hopefully in the future you won't make perceptions about people like that, because you never know what you're gonna get.
Absolutely.
Because quiet is kept. I mean, for us, listen to me. Everybody that's listening right now, I need you to share this word of mouth. Okay. We have one of the top dance fitness master classes in the world, not because we talk about it, not because we down talk others, but simply based on our class fitness and entertainment value. Okay. We're not on this. You shouldn't go take this person's class. I don't like them. They're not this, they're not that. No, we have been successful by working on our class and let that do the talking.
And this is for people who also don't particularly do it for, because there's a lot of people do dance fitness and different type of group X things for different reasons. Everybody has the reason for everything. If you're in it to be social and that's your fam and that's what you love to do, that's awesome. That's part of the reason I like to do it too. Cool.
Right.
But the fact that we were able to actually make somewhat of a career doing this, our lens is different of how we look at it.
Absolutely.
So when you're facing somewhat of a wall due to people's social opinions that have nothing to do with the fact that we're all technically together because everybody's trying to inspire everybody to be the most healthy they can be while having fun, it creates a slight,
Right.
this is weird.
So can you give me an example?
I'll give you.
Ooh, okay.
Can I go ahead and get juicy?
We have like 200.
Can I give you some of the juicy?
Yeah,
beats?
of course. That's what I want.
I'll give you a little Hadouken. It's very simple. And this I want you to share with everyone once again. A Group X or fitness professional, a Group X or fitness leader, if you at any time in your career have down talked another human being class, another instructor's class, if you have deviated a person from going to work out with that person or this person, if you have put any poison into their ear in regard to them going to work out, you are not a good person. You are not about health and fitness. You are about
Your
ego and you getting paid. And we've done enough to realize that, because for me, for my brother, everybody has relatives who die because of a lack of exercise. So I don't care if you take my class on Saturday, if they take Lauren's class on Sunday, if they take Michelle's class on Monday. It is not my place to deviate a person from going to get exercise. I am not the only person that you can work out with. I am not the only person that needs to inspire you. When you are trapped in that bubble of that is not a good person.
And the other part of that, I know plenty of people who wish they had the opportunity to work out, but they can't because of some sort of illness, health issue, missing limbs, something.
Deep right there,
so it's like even taking advantage of that fact. How about you just be happy with the fact that you can do that? Because I know people that would literally trade anything to be able to move again, run again, walk again, breathe properly, all types of things. So it's like, we ain't nobody got time for that.
No.
Yeah, I mean, seriously,
You know,
and I wanted to say, hear this and share this, because when you hear it said, I want you to know I said it. If you got something to say to me, tell me. But you know that I am accurate and correct, and you know yourself, because we talk about inspiration a lot, but how many people are you actually poisoning?
Yeah.
With these philosophies? Because all we care about is that class, that fitness workout, and supporting each other in a unconditional, loving way.
Yeah, because we all have different platforms. You know what I mean? Everybody has a position in which someone, to a certain extent, is following them or following their advice or what they say. And as he says, you're poison. So you have to keep that in mind. Just like if you're a parent out there, you watch what you say and do in front of your kids for the most part, right? Because they follow and look up to you. It's the same thing when you're in a position of leadership, which is what, as a fitness professional, you are in. Right. So keep that in mind when you're talking and saying your little 2 cents about this and that. It's like, what is my job actually supposed to be doing? I'm supposed to be motivating you to be your best. So however you need to be your best, go do it. And I support you because I want the best for you, just like you should want the best for me.
Straight up.
So
straight up.
So we're, what's total count right now? 400 and how many?
We're at 450.
450
documented
master classes.
Got the paperwork.
And you're not even thinking about the fitness expert.
I'm not even. Yeah, no. I'm and you know, for people that follow me on Club Fits, my YouTube channel and my Facebook page, I've done a few, but nothing compared to that. Like, it's like, achoo! Okay, what?
It's working. You're talking about like 100
and how
plus
many,
a year.
How many countries total? Have y'all counted that up?
You know what? I haven't, but I will do that tonight. But we've been basically everywhere in Europe.
Just name a few of the countries.
Russia,
Denmark,
Belgium,
Sweden, Germany,
Bulgaria,
China,
Italy,
Australia, New Zealand,
Canada, China. Did you say China?
You said Romania already?
Romania? Is that a country? Yeah, that's
oh,
a country.
And I have to brag on you guys.
Ireland.
So this weekend, or actually tomorrow, you guys are leaving for Canada.
Yes,
you guys are one of 4 fitness celebrities asked to be a part of CanFit Pro, which the other 3 are Jillian Michaels,
Shaun T,
Tony Horton, and the Brutes. Like,
right. I mean,
this is huge, guys.
Yeah, like,
it's pretty crazy.
And let me share this with y'all.
That's a blessing.
I mean, I'm truly humbled. And let me tell y'all this too, man. Don't let social media per se or any of that deviate your own self-perception, because what we just accomplished, being in the likes of these amazing, accomplished fitness professionals, it literally is tear-worthy. Okay? And sometimes you'll get caught up like, oh, did people like this or not? It doesn't even matter. We know what we've done and accomplished. And we want you to accomplish these same things for your legacy and your family, because that's all that matters.
Yeah, your self-worth. You know what I mean? Don't put your self-worth in anybody else's hands but your own. Of course, we all need our pick-me-ups here and there and our, constructive criticisms and whatnot, but you have to value yourself before anybody will value you. So don't put your power, like you said, in social media or these little social groups to try to get your recognition.
Right.
Just do you, and know as long as you're giving your best and being the best person you can be, that you're doing what you were meant to do.
Okay, and speaking about doing you, you guys, you have more than just dance talent.
Come on.
And you're more than just intelligent.
Talk to him.
And this is something that actually, when I met y'all, 3 years ago, I had no clue that y'all had talents beyond dance. And I've always joked, like, if I had like just as much talent that they do in their pinky finger, I would be really happy. Okay. But you guys just released your first song.
Yes, we did. Would you like us to rap it?
In addition to,
oh goodness,
we're all about documentation and paperwork.
Oh,
in addition to, we are officially actors as well. A dream that we put on the side our whole life. We just booked I booked my first audition. He booked his second audition. So we are official actors as well. You're going to see the photos and the videos, but keep on going. Make your voice heard. Live your dream.
Because if either of you would have listened to all of the naysayers,
would not be.
People told us to slow down. People, just slow down, my brother. What you mean slow down and starve to death?
Yeah.
Or maybe when a big corporation takes your idea and
oh Lord
and makes money off of it, and
I'm not going to speak on that. But
we got another episode of the podcast. We got another episode of the podcast.
No, but that could be huge deflation.
Yeah.
Because it's intellectual property that's something that comes from your heart. And I mean, you guys have had multiple times in your life where you could have easily played the victim and then woe is me and then held back. And and your fears would have gotten the best of you. But every single time that you have faced strife, faced it head on and overcome it. And right now you are pretty much the most successful dance instructors in the world. There is no other dance fitness instructor that stop
You're
it.
just talking resume and actuality.
but I mean, we're just being honest. But now you have your first single that's already been released, that's already sold, what, 9,000?
9,000.
And
We on.
you guys have so much more music ready to drop strategically.
103.9 The Beat. Big Daddy Morris. What's up, baby?
But you guys are going to be in TV commercials, movies, that like
deal.
It's crazy. And this whole time, both of you have every reason to just be mediocre in life and have fear hold you back, and yet you're not.
No.
And that's I
So-
agree. And it's pretty crazy listening to you say it like that, because it's like, man,
I don't even
It's-
feel it. Like, it doesn't even feel as exceptional as it is. You just kind of
it's
feel like
surreal.
you're going.
yeah, and that's where you have we go this hard and push ourselves this hard so that we can continue to be a light for anybody that needs to see which way they're going. And
And it started out with you guys working with the kids in the streets, dancing in the streets. You guys still do a ton of volunteer work in your communities, trying to inspire all ages of people.
Yeah.
I know that you inspire a ton of people in the dance fitness community. And it's just begun.
Yeah, you know, one of the craziest points with you saying that, man, I remember when he told me this, remember a point in time where you couldn't afford Nike shoes.
Huh.
And last year, we were blessed to be with the top athletes in the world, including the fabulous Miss Serena Williams.
Who's on the cover of
Everything.
Vanity Fair
She's
right now?
Killing
Yeah,
it.
Yeah.
Great woman. And we got to be in the Nike Olympic commercial release. That was national. And you see
With
that,
Katie.
and you're like, wow, this is,
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
believe this.
Yeah.
You know, you just
No,
keep
it's-
going. And it's crazy because even in that moment, once again, I got to touch back on my self-worth and self-value thing. At that time, we actually got that commercial. There was another side of people telling us that we can't do what we want to do, that we aren't good enough to be used in stuff that we helped create, that we can't be as successful as we want to be. But yet, Nike saw value in what we do.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Our
Yeah.
own self-worth and ourselves continue to make us push forward to keep going, which opened the door for more things and open more door for more things. So don't let one person's opinion stop you from chasing what you want to achieve.
Yeah.
And that's really the bottom line. And I think
Straight up.
you apply that across the board. You can apply that to your life. You know, you just have to have a plan, be realistic, dedication, work hard, and go for it.
So when people look at these two and they automatically make judgments and assumptions, I challenge you, just like he said earlier, just step back and be open-minded to who these two individuals might be, because on the surface, they might look just like buff black dancers that are intimidating, but these guys are confident, inspirational, motivational, high achieving individuals that help other people become their best. And that's what we do here on the Fits and Healthy podcast. Is I truly want everyone to figure out all of the tools so that you can be your very best self. And their story is no more special than your story can be. But the choice is up to you. Are you going to let those fears, those struggles in life define you and hold you back and let you be the victim? Or are you going to overcome them so you can do big, crazy, awesome things? Because these guys, and they've just begun. 450 countries is nothing. Mark my words.
Let go.
ABC.
K. I forgot my alphabet. Don't know it yet.
And you know, I feel like this
Trying to look
was
around
such a
with it.
serious podcast, but they didn't really even get to see the stupid, funny, goofy side of you guys.
Well, we can
So-
wrap.
Multi-verse.
We're definitely gonna have to do episode 2 for
Yeah,
sure.
it's coming.
When maybe the next track drops, but okay, so your shirts.
The name of the song is
Savage.
called Savage.
Go to iTunes, buy it.
Spotify,
It's only $1.
Apple Music.
You probably dropped $1 on your way to the store.
He's got a good point. And going back to what you guys were talking about earlier, is if you have any negative thing to say about other people, shame on you, because we should all be supporting and lifting each other up. And that's why, I've said it from the beginning. When I realized that you guys, because I'm guilty, and I told you this when I met you guys, I judged and assumed, and I thought you guys were, before obviously I got to know you, cocky, and and when I realized there's a huge difference between cocky and confident, and you guys are confident, big-hearted people that truly care about being your best and helping other people be their best. And so when it comes to supporting others, you guys, this is where you have to support good people. And so iTunes, you guys, the very first day it dropped, I went and bought it, and you guys have to go buy it too. The next track that's going to be dropping on iTunes, can we tell you?
It's gonna be there.
Look for it on Monday.
Oh,
Monday.
Give them a sample.
Give them a sample.
Oh yeah.
I guess we can. Do we have time?
Yes, we do.
Q&A.
Yeah, we'll go to Q&A in just a bit.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be something.
And Rob.
Hey.
Oh, perfect.
Big Lee, what's
Robert
up, baby?
posted the iTunes link in the comments for the YouTube and Facebook people. So we're gonna hear the. Is this gonna be the song that plays on on Monday?
Oh yeah.
Focus, guys.
Focus.
What's the name of the song again?
Oh, here it is.
It's called Local or Worldwide.
Should we do it live for you?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
You guys want us to do it live real quick?
Yeah. Why don't you just plug it in, Carl?
It is plugged in.
Oh.
We're having technical difficulties.
Did it run out of battery? Hold up.
Come on,
Hold
You didn't
man.
up.
charge your speaker.
Why you got the?
You didn't charge.
I didn't.
Hey, man.
Hold up.
See what
Hold up,
happened.
hold
She
up,
didn't
hold
charge.
up.
the
Run,
speaker.
girl. We only got a couple minutes.
Oh, wait. Oh, we're good.
All right, we gonna go ahead and bust this thing live.
I mean, we could do it acapella.
Nah, I wasn't gonna do it. I need to be.
gotta
We
get-
get them to feel the
Hell
beat.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
We
it's
are
not like
live.
Yeah. You know.
Oh, what's up, Monk?
How y'all doing?
Oh, what's up, Lee?
Show a move.
Okay.
Strong move. Strong move. Come on.
Hey, but seriously, thank you guys for tuning
All right.
in.
Hey, hit me on the inbox with that injury question.
Entertain the folks.
Hold on, here we go. Yo, so this track, we talking about all the people. You know, you got people in your town or city who fronting, always acting like they're doing something. Because, you know, social media, people be lying all the time. So, just regular plug it in. Just take that out.
Oh, bro.
Right?
Old iPod.
All right, here we go.
Oh, we can do it.
All right, we about to slap. Y'all ready? Y'all didn't know that we got bars.
Can y'all hear that?
You gonna sing it?
We deserve a standing ovation. 10 years with no vacation.
Okay. Oh, turn that up. Let me hear the beat.
I see you just keep
Colossal. Best believe I'm ambidextrous. I address the rumors and inspire my messages. If people talk about you, that means you're having sin. Because nobody talks about somebody that's irrelevant. Or when you gonna stop lying? Talking about you on a plane when you really driving. International because you drove to Mexico. You're the type that will clap yourself like Plexico. Facts. The proof is in my passport. Me, I'm the Gucci luggage. You just a JanSport. Facts. The proof is in my resume. Feet got flame like Dowsine. Yes, I levitate. I put my plans on paper, then I get to work. When tour turns into two, we just flip the work. Gotta be strong. You can't get your feelings hurt. This is a question. When you gonna get to work? Huh? Hey! You gonna be
I gotta switch my hat on one time.
You gonna be local or worldwide. Oh, oh.
Hey, can I talk to him real quick?
Talk to him
Let me
real
talk
quick,
to him real quick. Okay, look. Your influence is local, but you claim it worldwide. You better ease up selling all them dang lies. Talking about you really moving, shaking, baking, grooving. When your eyes are really glued to how the proof's doing. Like Jay said, nobody swagger like us. We up on your corner, poker face, no bluff. Equipped with that heat, ain't talking for fiber. Built it from the ground up, call us. Organ banging out the trunk, got you like Jesus. Please help me, save me, cleanse me. I am so unjust. This is not the prayer I thought that me and you would discuss. Bruce are not the ones to do. Father, please help us. Ow! Time to go, gotta catch a leer. Another stage with a new premiere. You gonna waste a whole year analyzing my career. You are just so far from near.
You gonna be local, worldwide. You gonna be local, worldwide. You gonna be local, worldwide. You gonna be local, worldwide.
Come on, just like Savage.
Verse 3, let's go.
Please don't let them stop you. Got some success in their mouth like some hot food. When you step out the box, then they try to stake rules. Gotta get beefy on their tail like a steak move. Don't let them mistake you with somebody that's all talk and can't rule. Bring all your ideas together like a gang juice. You just gotta shake loose. When you feel the pressure back, yank high to fake news. Slither up out of that thing just like a snake do. Progress on the skate, make the mill shake you. Don't let them stop you. Make them haters shake you. Go.
We deserve a standing ovation. 10 years with no vacation. You can't wait with no patience. I see you just keep hating. You gonna be local,
One more time with that.
You gonna be local, worldwide.
Hey, and that's it, man. Hey, stop lying on social media, man.
Monday.
You ain't going nowhere.
Monday
You ain't got
is
no
out.
gas. You got a busted whip and a busted brain. Tell the people the truth.
Oh my God.
And you flew Spirit Airlines.
What? Okay, people on Facebook, I need like a ton of loves, like for real. You guys, like super, super amazing, talented individuals right here in my podcast studio. So, you guys,
I came in here today.
all of the people that don't know who you are,
Right.
where can they find you so that they can follow you?
The biggest thing y'all can do for us, for everything that we've done for you today, go to Facebook and hit the like button.
The Brutes.
The Brutes. You can Google it. The Brutes.
Spell that for everyone.
THEBRUTEZ. Informe españolo.
Not
Está la-
Brutes.
No, de españolo. Está la. Está la de Brutes. With a Z.
Okay, and so we have about 5-10 minutes for
You want
some
some questions, or
you want
Yeah.
another
So
song?
so Robert, my video editor and producer, is going to be picking a few questions, and we're going to hear his voice, and he's going to tell who asked the questions and ask the question for us. All right.
All right, not a problem. All in Nutrition and Fitness on YouTube ask, what is the biggest challenge you'll face on your journey to become bigger and better, and how do you deal with it?
Woo. The biggest challenge is just the negativity and opposition, right? Because if you're seeking affirmation from people, you will never get it. So the biggest challenge is being self-inspired and self-motivated and focused. Because every day you get up and go to the gym, you're going to be looking for people to tell you something. When you do something good, you're looking for social media approval. But as Ruck stated earlier, you just have to give yourself the approval and motivation, because nowadays with social media, inspiration is so far fleeting, and you don't know whether somebody's really trying to inspire you or sell you something. So that's what I got to say.
All
Okay.
right. So
Next question, Robert.
the second question, Autumn Leaves is Taken. What is your favorite song to dance to? How do you deal with all the negativity that is all around you? What's your favorite song to dance to?
My personal favorite song to dance to right now, surprisingly, depends on my mood. But if I'm in my hype mood, I'm not gonna lie, I've been dancing to Local and Worldwide because I love the beat. I know you guys can't really hear the thump, but that thing thumps on Monday. Buy it, listen to it. I love dancing to it because I love the message behind it. I know it's our song, but that's our hearts and that's what we believe. And so it motivates me to actually let go. What you're saying, how do I deal with negativity? Let it go. In one ear, out the other, like water off a duck's back. It don't even touch you.
And can we address the fact that all of the lyrics are clean, they're inspirational, and you aren't talking about drugs or prostitutes or violence or disrespecting women. Like, you have words that actually have meaning, and
they're actual words too.
Yes, they're actually.
I'm coming to cinema, ready to go in the enemy.
All right.
Next question. And real quick for me though, my favorite song to dance to is "Alone Together" by Daly and Marsha Ambrosius. I like to stay in in a love space to deflect the negativity. I like to think about positive emotions and love. So I dance to that with my urban art. You already know what it is.
Mm-hmm. All right, Robert, next question. A few
All right.
more and we're good.
Yep. Brittany Powell on YouTube asks, how do you eat so well and keep your diet so clean while traveling so often?
The question was, how do you eat so well, keep your diet so clean while traveling so much? The interesting thing about us is our level of dedication to the fitness and health, because let's be clear about it, people. In bodybuilding, you can literally take a drug. You can take a supplement that burns the fat for you. You can literally take a drug that makes you buff. Me and my brother do not. This is a clean team, dream team type of situation. So
meaning no steroids.
No steroids, no HGH, no testosterone. And look, we don't judge nobody. That's what you do. That's what you sell. But we are just selling what we would sell to the kids, which is not doing that and basically working hard. So you can catch us doing push-ups in bathrooms and hotels. You open his backpack, he got a couple protein bars in there. I always got my shaker cup. We always try to prepare for emergencies.
But I'm not gonna lie to the folks because we keep it real. I do have my secret stash of sour Skittles.
Sour Skittles. Sour Skittles is our alcohol. Sour Skittles. But yeah, really, it just is about the determination. Yeah. I'm not even gonna say focus, but when you're working out this hard and you ingest something nasty, you feel bad.
And also, when you're traveling, you try to stay away. I mean, we try to stay away from it at home, obviously, but you really got to stay away from it on the road.
Oh,
what I'm talking about is fast food.
Oh,
yeah.
And
something cooked.
I love the fact that not only do you guys eat healthy, but you don't. And not that I'm judging people that drink alcohol, but I love the fact that you guys are. You don't drink alcohol and you're okay with telling people about it.
I mean, let's be clear about it. Let's be clear about it. Drugs and alcohol destroyed my family legacy, so that's why I don't mess with it, because it, that's my personal decision. And I mean, I don't judge anybody that does, but I just recognize the effects of it, so I just stay away from it.
Absolutely.
I just don't like the way it smells.
All right, we have time for one more question, Robert.
All right, so Penelope K on Facebook, she asks, what's next for the Brutes?
Penelope K is in New Zealand, by the way.
Penelope K, she asks, what's next for the Brutes?
She's from New Zealand. Did you send it in a text message?
Can you answer the question,
Let me know, bro.
Was that your Kiwi accent?
Yes. Hey, y'all getting off topic. Answer the question.
Wait, I need Penelope to say if that was a good Kiwi accent or not.
That was terrible.
On beach, bro.
I think it was terrible.
Okay.
Okay.
What's next for the Brutes? Well, our first music video already got just about 100,000 views on Facebook. We just gonna continue to show you that you don't have to be a one-trick pony to get to success in this lifetime. Anything we can get our hands on is what's next.
Yeah.
All right.
I think he's squared it away.
All right.
We're just gonna keep pushing, keep moving, bigger, better, faster, stronger. The Brutes.
And you guys obviously, I know you guys very well because I've heard this story along with many other stories, and this is just the tip of the iceberg that the people that are fans and followers of mine have just started to hear. So I have no doubt that I will have you guys back for a follow-up interview, because you guys have so much amazing stuff to offer, just to inspire people to want to be better. So I acknowledge both of you for the amazing gentlemen that you both are. You both have every reason to be full of yourself with a huge ego and think that you're better than everyone else. And yet consistently I see your actions speak just the opposite. You treat everyone the way you want to be treated. And I acknowledge that you both are stellar men, and you have very high moral standards, and you set an example for people that I think most fitness instructors should.
No.
And I acknowledge you for that, and want to thank you for taking your time on this lovely Wednesday to let me interview you. And Cynthia is not here, but she usually says a closing line.
I got you. Can I do it?
Oh yeah.
Wait, but first, can I say something?
Yeah.
Can we acknowledge you as well?
Of course.
For having us and being open to telling our story and supporting us, and even admitting to you yourself had some misconceptions, perceptions of us, and
of course,
and how we've grown in our relationship and our friendship, and
Absolutely.
You were excellent as well in your
Well,
craft
thank
and
you.
everything that you do.
Thank you.
And I know all the people out there would agree with me when we say, Club
Club
Thank you.
B, y'all B. But so can I close it out?
Of course.
I'm gonna say something.
Okay.
This is our message. Our message is unconditional love to everyone. Unconditional support to everyone. So if you don't get nothing else from this interview, practice unconditional love, no matter your race, religion, no matter if you're a competitor, unconditional love.
Absolutely.
That's it.
And remember, you are a good person and you deserve good things to happen to you. Thank you so much for spending this day with us on the Fits and Healthy podcast. We will see you next time. Ciao.
You're a good person. You deserve the best. Shoes on. You better wash them dirty feet.
Switch it up, switch it up.
Tell you, come on. Yes, my brother. My brother. Ah! Stop telling me that,
Oh
my gosh. All right.
Yeah, we out of this thing.
All right, y'all.
Make sure that you find us on social media. You can find Synthony on Instagram and Facebook at Synthony. So that's CINTHANIE, and on Snapchat at Synthony P. And find me on social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, all at Club Fitz Fitness. Remember, that's FITZ Fitness. And on Snapchat, just at Club Fitz. I appreciate your time listening so much. If you enjoyed this episode of the Fits and Healthy podcast, can you please go do me a favor and go subscribe at whatever platform that it is that you listen to podcasts. Leave a review. We read every single review and we appreciate the time that you take to leave your thoughts and opinions. Now, also remember, while I am a medical doctor, the information I provide here is not intended to provide medical advice or a professional diagnosis, opinion, treatment, or services to you or to any other individual. I am providing general information for educational and informational purposes only, and it is not a substitute for medical or professional care. You should not use this information in place of a visit, call, consultation, or the advice of your physician or other healthcare provider. The information I share is not intended to treat, cure, or diagnose any disease or medical condition. If you believe you have a medical emergency, just call 911 immediately or your physician. Now, enough of that medical legal jargon. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. I appreciate your time. Now, go live a fit and healthy life.